Hello, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I want to share with you about this deeply emotional and soul-shifting experience of Venus that's going to be squaring off with Saturn and Neptune on August 1st, 2025. In this all 12 signs astrology forecast, I'm going to walk you through the key planetary transits and how they're stirring change within each one of us. If you are new here, welcome. I blend traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology to help you align with your soul's path. You can learn more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and share if this resonates with you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. So for my Aries friends, you have Venus squaring off with Neptune and Saturn. Neptune and Saturn are in your first house of your identity. Venus is down at the bottom of your chart in your home base. It's the cradle of. So Venus in Cancer squaring off with Saturn and Neptune, this transit's really going to draw attention to the balance between your own inner world of safety and security, your home, your family, your roots, your traditions, and your identity of what you are sharing with the outer world. Venus moving through your fourth house, it's really illuminating themes that are around family and ancestry and your own emotional security and safety. You might feel pulled to sink into home or nest or tend to your roots or connect with family members or to seek comfort through your emotional bonds. There could be a look at Saturn and Neptune here in your first house. It's really pressing upon yourself of your boundaries, your long-term identity goals of who you are allowing other people to see about you. Saturn is calling for you to take responsibility for not just who you're becoming, but Neptune here, Neptune's blurring the lines between your own self-concept and the exhausting of your drive, your passion, your desires. And you might feel like overly responsible for the emotional needs of others while possibly neglecting your own. There could be this time that you need to examine where your sense of self might be diluted. Remember, Neptune, it blurs, it blends. And so you and your sense of self being diluted by family obligations or outdated emotional patterns. The challenge is going to be to ground yourself in self-trust and to learn to say no lovingly when your emotional bandwidth is just overstretched. You are not your family's story. You are your own unfolding truth. A mantra for you can be, I create space for who I am becoming, honoring my roots, while standing strong in my truth. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much because it is your energy that fuels this journey. If you are looking for more, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. So for my Taurus friends, Venus is your chart ruler. It's always important for you to be following where she is and what she's doing. She is in your house of communication, neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's how I take in information, how I share information with others. This house governs technology, phone, email, text. It's literally conversations, email. It's your new skills that you can acquire. She is in a square with Saturn and Neptune that are in your 12th house. The 12th house is our subconscious. It's spiritual integration, dreams, intuition, psychic ability. It's the house of isolation due to institutions or hospitalizations, or it could be self-care for a retreat. It's where we go to connect, to heal, to renew, and to center with our own divine. And so having Venus in your house of emotional exchanges and your day-to-day conversations with people, this is the house of the way that you mentally process the world. And Saturn and Neptune in your house of subconscious, it's asking you to integrate and break the record of these old narratives, these inner fears that are quietly clouding your ability to express yourself fully. You might feel invisible, not seen, unheard, or misunderstood, particularly with family or within sibling dynamics. There is this call for you to quiet and to listen to what is beneath your words in order for you to identify self-sabotaging patterns or these mental loops that no longer reflect your truth. I always say that the 12th house is the broken record, where it just the thoughts and words of what other people have said to us or that we say to ourselves are constantly on replay. And so it's a chance to take the needle off the record and break the record, because Saturn is demanding that you mature, that your own inner dialogue, and take ownership of your healing journey. Neptune is here to encourage the surrender. They can also tempt escapism or illusion. Now, this is an opportunity for you to pause, to turn inward, for you to practice the sacred silence, and to rewrite your story from a place of wisdom and not of a wound. Be open to spiritual messages through dreams, intuition, ancestors, and guides that come through these intuitive nudges from beyond. A mantra for you can be, I listen deeply to the voice within, letting clarity and compassion guide what I share with the world. So for my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Gemini friends, you have Venus in an area of your life that represents your self-worth. It's very personal to you. It's about people, places, and things that you surround yourself in order to feel safe and secure. It's also about your money, your cash, your property. It's your opinions, it's your talents, it's your skill set. It's the house of finances and security and personal value. It's prompting you to nurture what feels emotionally and spiritually abundant for you. It is in a square with Saturn and Neptune, in an area of your life that has to do with your dreams, your goals, the people, places, and things that you collaborate with in order to manifest those dreams. And so this can be your social circle, humanitarian efforts. These can be work partners, but these can also be your friends that are in your groups, your networks. This is about, how do I help and support the collective, but who else do I align with in order to move forward with what I want to manifest? And so Saturn here and Neptune in your 11th house of your groups and your future vision, you might feel a little unsure about how your values fit in with the collective efforts or possibly your evolving goals, because this is you asking yourself, are you compromising your needs in order to maintain the social harmony or to support a cause that just no longer reflects or resonates with your truth? Saturn here, remember, Saturn is karma, and it's the great teacher, and it's pushing you to take responsibility for the communities that you belong to, the networks, to the dreams that you have invested in. And Neptune, it wants to literally dissolve outdated ideals. It wants to show you where your generosity, maybe it's been misused. The challenge here lies in redefining what's truly worth your time, your effort, your energy, and your money. Look to align with people and projects that make your soul feel wealthy, not just your wallet. You are being asked to trust your own inner compass more than the external applause, the connections of other people saying attaboy for you. A mantra for you can be, I invest in what nourishes my spirit, trusting that true wealth, it begins from within. So Gemini, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out the video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Cancer friends, this transit's deeply personal because Venus is in your sign. It's in your first house of your identity. It's your appearance. It's your personality. It is your desires, your interests, your image. It's what you call yourself, how you want to present yourself. I always say that it's also your business card. It's your website. It's how you are showing up. Now, it is in a square with the top of your chart. Venus is in a square with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. The top of your chart is the most visible: job, career, reputation, legacy, responsibilities. It's how other people see you, or you being seen for those themes. And so Venus in your first house, it's this intensified desire for a closeness or a connection or emotional resonance. You might feel tender or more attuned to other people's energy at this time. I know, hard to believe because you're already Cancer and you're already feeling everybody's feels. But Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together. She wants to unite, not just personal, but this can be collaborative also. And so as she squares off with Saturn and Neptune, this is your career, your purpose, and you are being asked to balance your personal vulnerability with your public responsibilities. There can be this sense of burnout or emotional heaviness about how you are seen in the world. Are you being authentic in your public role or performing just to meet these expectations of others? Saturn here always wants you to step into greater responsibility, into leadership. Remember, it's karma. It's the great teacher. And so Neptune cautions against illusions and perfectionism. And so this is a moment that's about owning your gifts without losing your soul to the roles that you're trying to fill. This is a time for you to release these external pressures and to reimagine your legacy based on your own heartfelt desires and values. Your softness, it is a strength. It's not a weakness. So lean into it and lead with it. Cancer, a mantra can be, I honor the fullness of who I am, showing up with courage and softness in all that I do. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out the video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And to those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Leo friends, you have Venus in your 12th house. This is the house of the hidden. It's the house of secrets and dreams and intuition. It's where we go to be alone and we can connect with the spiritual realm. It's astral travel, astral projection, Akashic records. It's bringing up themes that come from the shadows, grief, longing, forgiveness, and the dreams that you've tucked away. Now, Venus is in a hard aspect with Neptune and Saturn in your house of travel, of groups and networks. The ninth house for you represents topics of teaching and learning, and not just travel, but it's wanting to connect with others. And it's the house of how can I expand my mind? How can I go there, feel it, understand it? And so this square is going to be a deeply reflective one for you. It can be a spiritually charged time for you, because Venus squaring Saturn and Neptune, there can be these questions that come up around faith or your life path and your direction. Personal beliefs that you have, they can now resurface because you've acquired new knowledge. And Saturn and Neptune are retrograde. It's going within in order to rethink some of these topics. You could feel like there's this chapter of your worldview that's just dissolving or ending, or like you are being stretched between spiritual surrender and the need for a structured philosophy. Saturn here urges you to clarify, what do you believe in? And Neptune shows you that your belief, it has to be felt. It cannot just be forced. You can't push it through. Now, the challenge is to release these outdated dogmas and to lean into your own inner knowing. Take time away from everything, the noise. Look to center, align with divine, your own inner spirit. Journal, pray, meditate, take up yoga. This is an opportunity for you to tune out and to tune in. There's this opportunity in connecting with this divine guidance that can transcend logic for you. This transit isn't about answers for you, it's about trust. So a mantra for you, Leo, can be, I allow divine timing to guide me, releasing what I cannot control and opening myself up to the sacred flow. So for my Leo friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Thank you for liking and subscribing and for sharing your energy with me. So for my Virgo friends, you have Venus in an area of your life that represents who you are connected with. Remember that Venus wants to unite. She wants to bring together. She is the goddess of love, and this can be personal and this can be professional. It's love of people, places, and things. And she's in an area of your life that has to do with friendships and allies and your goals and your hopes. And it's your future plans. It's encouraging these heart-centered connections with others, and this can be friends or kindred spirits or where you want to align for something that's greater than yourself. Now she's in a hard aspect with Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house. Now the 8th house, this is the house where you are connected or intertwined with other people. This could be through money with a business partner, or an ex with alimony and child support, or it could be a family member. This is the house of truth and taboo topics, but it's also the house of sex. This is the house that suggests these deeper emotional entanglements for you. And so the square brings up trust issues, energetic drains, or uncleared shared commitments that you either have with family or with business, with exes. This could be debt or taxes. This is bringing up topics that have to do with power dynamics. You might be questioning whether your current community that you are with is emotionally safe for you, that you can be vulnerable, or if your deeper vulnerabilities are being respected. Saturn here calls for integrity in your emotional bonds, your emotional connections with others, and this shared power. While Neptune, it blurs the boundaries. It invites illusions and dependency on others, or for them on you. And so there's this opportunity to release these energetic cords to people or projects that just siphon off your strength and reaffirm where mutual trust and healing can reside. This is going to be a time for you to align your vision with people who match your own emotional maturity. Be sure to not mistake intensity for intimacy during this time. A mantra for you can be, I share from a space of strength, calling in connections that honor my depth and my truth. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Libra friends, Venus is your chart ruler, so it's always important for you to be following where she is and what she's doing. And for you, she's at the top of your chart, the most visible part of your life. This represents your job, your reputation, your legacy, your responsibilities, authority figures. It's literally the top, your own personal ambition, things that you want to accomplish, things that you want to be known for. Now, Venus here brings this emotional resonance to your reputation, your career, and your sense of passion and mission. Remember, she wants to bring people, places, and things together, not just personally, but also professionally, collaboratively. Now, she's in a hard aspect with Saturn and Neptune in your partnership sector. If you are the Libra, the Aries area of your life, this represents everybody else, both business and personal. So this can be best friends, significant other, clients. This could be one-on-one relationships. This is where we write our contracts and we negotiate. And so you can feel this sense of desire to be recognized, not just for what you do, but for who you are. And then the hard aspect to Saturn and Neptune in your partnership sector, there can be this blur or like a challenging of boundaries in your key one-on-one relationships with other people. Perhaps someone expects more than you are ready to give, or maybe you are feeling unseen despite of all your efforts. Saturn, it wants to build structure in all of your relationships, your partnerships. It demands accountability. And Neptune dissolves illusions and codependency, both on your part and their part. The tension lies in maintaining sovereignty while cultivating this meaningful collaboration. There's going to be this opportunity to really refine your commitments, both personally and professionally, because what you build now will last. So make sure that it reflects what's from your heart, not just out of obligation. So Libra, a mantra for you can be, I commit to connections that reflect my truth and support my purpose with clarity and grace. So for my Libra friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And to those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. So for my Scorpio friends, you have Venus in your area of your life that represents where you want to travel, what do you want to learn, what do you want to publish. It's legal matters. It's you expanding your mind. Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. She likes to connect, both personally and professionally. And she's asking you to soften, for you to open up your mind to beauty, to faith, and this emotional renewal. This is going to be a time of expansion for you. Now, Saturn and Neptune, they are in an area of your life, of your day-to-day habits, mental, physical, spiritual, health, well-being. Who do I go to support myself for that? Like aunts and uncles and like a chiropractor, doctor, counselor. This is the house of the mentor, the guide. And it's also what you do on a daily basis in order to nurture and care for yourself, but also how do you support others? Now, having Saturn and Neptune in your 6th house, it's reminding you that the dreams only manifest with structure and self-care. Whatever you're creating now, you have to create the structure, the goals, short, middle, and long term, and you have to nurture and care for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So you might feel this tension between wanting to pursue more meaningful goals or spiritual practices, and maybe being overwhelmed by your daily duties or your own health needs. Saturn is here to help you build these better boundaries in your work's life and in your day-to-day routines. While Neptune, it might be draining your energy if you are ignoring the signs. This is going to be a time for you to weave sacredness into the ordinary, to let your schedule truly reflect what are your soul's priorities. This challenge, it's showing up fully for your spiritual path, your spiritual truth, while staying rooted in your own body. Don't abandon your own inner vision, but don't neglect rest either. This is you saying, I have to stay in tune, mind, body, and spirit. A mantra for you can be, I expand my life with purpose, grounding my spirit in rituals that restore and uplift me. So Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Sagittarius friends, you have Venus in your 8th house, which is a deeply personal and intimate house. This is the house of shared resources, where we are connected and intertwined with other people, either through debt or shared income or through sex or through experiences that we've gone through. Having Venus move through this house, it's really inviting you to do the deep emotional work around intimacy, around your shared resources, around your hidden attachments that you may have with other people. You are being called to explore what it means to trust, to merge, and to release and let go. Now, it's in a hard aspect with Saturn and Neptune in your house of creativity and love and beauty and children, the house of where I want to take a risk. And so having both Saturn and Neptune here, this is the house of children and your own inner child, the house of love and creative expression. So you might feel blocked or uncertain about how you share your heart freely. Because Saturn, it demands that you take responsibility for your joy. And Neptune is here to remind you that fantasy, it has to be anchored within truth. You might be reevaluating possibly a romantic partnership or doubting your own creative worth. The challenge is going to be with your vulnerability, allowing yourself now to be seen as both powerful and tender. There is this invitation for you to transform how you love, how you create, and how you receive during this transit. The reward for you lies in becoming more emotionally available to joy, not just survival. So Sagittarius, a mantra can be, I trust in the power of my vulnerability, allowing love and creativity to flow with intention. So for my Sagittarian friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Capricorn friends, Venus is in an area of your life that has to do with the other. If you are the Capricorn, the Cancer area of your life is everybody else. Business partners, this could be life partners, best friends, significant others. It's the house of clients. The 7th house is our contractual relationships. It's also open enemies and exes. I'm adding that in there because there is this square. And so this is how you handle conflict, how you handle legal matters. Now, Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together, both professionally, personally, collaboratively. And so your focus is on love and partnership and emotional reciprocity. And you are craving this deeper connection. But we have Saturn and Neptune, both retrograde, at the bottom of your chart. It's like the cradle, the bottom of the bowl. It's your 4th house of home and family and your roots, your foundation, your living situation, your own personal life. And so having Saturn and Neptune here, it can really stir up these questions about your foundation, your home life, your ancestry, your own inner sense of security and safety. You might feel torn between investing in these external relationships with other people, these friends or people that you want to work with, and tending to your own internal wounds. Saturn calls you to confront these emotional habits or these inherited beliefs that prevent you from having real intimacy, while Neptune clouds your understanding of what emotional security truly looks like. The challenge here is not abandoning your pursuit of connection with others. This is a moment for you to tune in and to explore, what does home, what does security, what does your family life, what does your living situation really mean to you, within and without? Real love It begins when our masks fall away. A mantra for you, Capricorn, can be, I nurture my heart and my home with honesty, creating these relationships that are rooted in emotional truth. So Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Aquarius friends, you have Venus in an area of your life that has to do with your daily habits, how you nurture and care for yourself on a daily basis, your mental, physical health, well-being, alternative health care and healing practices and modalities, and then in turn, how can I support other people? This is about wellness and routines and service. Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. So it brings tenderness and sensitivity in how you not only care for your body, but also how you nurture and care for other people. Now, the square is to Saturn and Neptune. This is in an area of your life of your neighbors, your siblings, the way you communicate, taking a class, taking a workshop. It's your local community. Now, Saturn and Neptune in your house of communication, this is also the house of mental processing. It's the house of technology and short distance travel. And so there can be this confusion around how do you advocate for your own needs and or express your own boundaries. You might feel like you're saying yes when you truly mean no, and or overextending yourself in caregiving roles. Saturn is asking for more structure within your thoughts and in your language, the way that you communicate crystal clear with others. While Neptune is inviting compassion around themes of self-care. This is the opportunity here lies with you reclaiming your own mental clarity and reinforcing your own emotional boundaries in your daily interactions. Look to speak from your heart, to speak from your center, because your words, they can shape your reality. Choose them with care and confidence. A mantra for you can be, I protect my peace with loving clarity, giving and receiving in ways that restore me. So for my Aquarius friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Pisces friends, you have Venus in an area of your life that revolves around topics of art and beauty and joy and romance and your children and your own inner child. It's your creative expression. Remember, Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together, to unite them, both professionally, personally, collaboratively. And so Venus in Cancer, it's asking you to soften into play, into passion, and into pleasure, making sure you're tuning into what does your body really need right now. Now, it's in a square with Saturn and Neptune, Neptune being your chart ruler. So we have Neptune blurring some things. The second house for you revolves around topics of cash, property, talents, skill set. The second is your movable property. It's your income. It's your possessions. It is, what do I need in order to feel safe and secure here? And so Neptune and Saturn here, you might be questioning whether your creative or your emotional gifts are like enough, whether you can trust yourself to be both seen and felt and supported. Saturn here, it demands that you take your talents seriously, while Neptune dissolves these illusions around money, around value, and around your confidence. You are being asked to show up for yourself with devotion, not doubt. Don't hide your light of being validated. This is about you shining because it's in your nature. The challenge is to create from your heart, not performance, because joy is your sacred medicine. A mantra for you can be, I am worthy of joy and expression. I create and love from the wellspring of my soul. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below.